right, today is the day we're gonna process 100 meat birds in one day with the whole family here at the homestead, and yeah, that's gonna be a fun time, right?
Yep, gotta get it done.
So it's always a big chore for us to get out here. This has been 8 weeks, give or take here.
Yeah, 8.5.
8.5 weeks of raising our 100 meat birds, which at the 8-week mark, you end up with maybe a 4-pound average bird. And then if you go into that 10 or 12 week, you start to sneak into that 5 and 8 pounds per bird. But we have to get these done today.
Yeah, we had an unexpected trip come up, which is awesome, it's great, but it kind of quickened our response to harvesting the meat birds, which is good. It's good to have motivation to get things done,
yeah.
and get it done. So maybe they're a little bit smaller than we would normally do in previous years, but they're healthy, they're strong, they look great, and even though I don't love processing animals, it's not my favorite thing. I love having a freezer full of meat and all of that, but one of my favorite things to do is when our whole family, and I've said this before, but when our whole family is together doing a project,
yeah.
even if it's work, it's still just family time and everyone working together. And this time around, we're actually not having any volunteers, which we love doing that as well.
Yeah.
But there's something just really cool about the family unit just getting to get it done, and you know, it's gonna be an all-day thing. So spending time together, we like turning on music and spending, you know, and being together and just getting it done, and it's like no stress. It's really nice.
So anyone who's been following us real quick here, over our shoulders here, we have our 12x12 meat bird tractor, and that holds, for us, it holds 75 to 100 birds. Like I said, you have to be real careful. If you have that 100 birds in there, you have to move it quite often, every 12 hours.
Twice a day, yeah.
At the end of the process, twice a day.
And this is, it was the last 2 years, the meat birds, for raising them has fallen on me solely, all by myself. So I just want to say that as an encouragement that, like, I mean, I have to use some muscle, but I can pull this, and occasionally I'll need help if it gets stuck on something in the pasture or whatever, like a divot. But you know, I'm 5'1", I'm not I'm not tall, I'm not huge, but I can do this and raise them. So today's a good day for me because that means I get to check this chore off of my list.
Done with those birds, right?
For the year currently, we'll see. We've gotten a lot of interest in doing a processing class, so we might do another round. We'll see. We'll see how the summer goes.
Real quick, while Annie's talking about that, we have a link for the Heartway Farms email membership. It's below. You just fill out the information there, and you get to learn all about our early access things, special discounts, new classes coming out. We're putting together a chicken processing and raising masterclass. So check that out real quick there and join us today as we process these meat birds here at the farm.
Let's get it done. Get this show on the road. Probably cool to do it one-handed drive. All right, we've got all hands on deck out here. It's a beautiful day. We've had some gorgeous weather, so it's perfect to do this when it's not like 100 degrees. I know not everybody has that choice, but today I think we have 80 and sunshine. We always do. I don't know, you guys can't see it, but this is a nice shaded area. This is why we choose to do it by the house, because that's where we have water, we have shade, and we can just have our patio to sit on and enjoy. So here we have different stations, you know, so this is where we do our kill cones, and then straight from there they come over to the scalder. We use a turkey fryer that we purchased from Roking, and it works just fine. If you were doing large number of birds, maybe it might be worth investing in some different equipment, but right now it works for us. So they go from the scalder over to the plucker, the defeatherer, and this is a game changer, and I'm not kidding. So we did 2 rounds without the defeatherer, and so that meant we were standing over garbage cans, you know, with boards, and we were plucking the birds, and it probably took about 10 to 15 minutes a bird, if I remember right. I'm looking at my crew behind me, to pluck them fully and get them cleaned up. But with this bad boy, it's like less than 30 seconds. So not even 30 seconds, right, Jesse? You like doing this too. You want to help gut some birds? Yeah, he's a good helper with this. So anyway, defeather, then over to the process table here. This is where we're putting like the hearts, livers, feet and heads. We keep the feet and heads for the dogs, and then we keep the other stuff for us. That's the holding pen for the birds that are waiting. Once they get fully cleaned here, and Josh has 2 different hoses here, then they come over to the ice bath. These garbage cans we keep specifically for this, so they don't get used for anything else, and they get nice and clean and sanitized between. So that's the process. So we're gonna run through it today. Like I said, we're on a schedule. We need to get this done today. And I get a lot of comments from different people, and maybe it's a lot of the times it's ladies, just to be honest, and I understand that the process is a little tough to deal with. It's a little gross, it's sad, you know, because you're going through the process of taking the life of the animal and putting it into the freezer. But I think it's super important and special for the kids to get to experience this with respect. We always emphasize that whether we have volunteers here or it's just our kids doing it, we want them to respect the life of the animal and to treat it with respect. We don't really have a lot of joking going on or foolishness. We just try to be mindful that these are animals that we have been blessed with that will nourish our family and our bodies. So we try to look at from that perspective. And I will say the first time we did it, it was a little unsettling. Like the smell, none of us could eat chicken for like a week or 2. It was a lot. But it is interesting, the more that you do it, the more that you understand the purpose of it and the, philosophy of it, you're able to kind of get around that, and it's not a challenging process anymore. It's definitely more of a matter-of-fact process, and we're grateful for the opportunity to do it and to teach our children these things and to let them have this experience, to know exactly where their food came from and to know what it takes to put food in the freezer. All right, so let's get started. Everybody ready? Yeah, we got it. Let's get everybody going.
I love this warthog sharpener. It is so easy and it works. I don't like things that don't work. I like things that work. Tiny link right here. And now you're gonna cut like you said.
Josh is, and I'm not just saying this because I'm his wife, but Josh is an amazing teacher when it comes to these things. I had never processed an animal before at all, except for in high school, science class where you dissect a frog or whatever, which, you're never gonna use that. But Josh has taken it upon himself to kind of own this and take the initiative to teach the kids this process and to teach me, and he's just really good at it. So another reason why he built out the master class, because he's gotten so many people asking for that. So I think it will be a really good thing because he really is good at it. He's good at teaching it, so including the kids. Try our best not to stress the chickens right before we harvest, and even though they might squawk a little bit, they'll end up coming out here and just sitting down and resting and laying in the grass. And then I try to grab both feet, and then you just quickly grab the head, and I'm not pulling the head, but they just kind of go into like sleep mode and rest mode. So they're not squawking, they're not upset, and they're just ready to go into the kill cones without stress. So we're doing good. Everybody's all hands on deck. Everybody's working hard and getting things done. So we're gonna just keep working until we get all of these birds processed out today, bagged up in the freezer, in the crock pot, wherever their final destination is. We're gonna get it all done today, and it's just a good day. I'm grateful for the life that we have and the opportunities that we have to do these things. So.